Wait a minute. Bob. So what's going on? Your boy's back with another video. Today, everybody, we are going to be talking about why Fire Aspect is the worst enchantment for PvP. Before this video starts, if you could please smash that subscribe button, it helps out a lot. If you don't already know, if you're new to the channel, by the end of the year, I am hoping to have reached 100 subscribers. And I thought I had a huge momentum for a short while. And then that momentum stopped, and so did my happiness. So if you guys could consider smashing that subscribe button, it would mean a lot. But anyway, so, onto the video. Why Fire Aspect is the worst enchantment in Minecraft. Don't get me wrong. So, say, let's paint a picture real quick. You're battling somebody in netherite armor. Okay, they have full netherite armor, and your Fire Aspect is the only good enchantment on your sword. Two things is wrong with this. Number one, if they have full netherite armor, they probably have enchantments such as prot and fire prot. Either one of these denies your Fire Aspect and makes it completely pointless. Second perspective, you're in PvP. You're in Skywars. The only good way of killing people is knocking people off of a cliff. Now say you have Fire Aspect. If you have Fire Aspect, they're then taking damage from your hit and from the Fire Aspect. What the problem is here is that while this would usually be amazing, Fire Aspect, because you're taking damage but not in a certain direction, makes it so that you don't take knockback from the Fire Aspect. But even worse than that, it makes it so that if you hit somebody and then on that exact moment they take damage from the Fire Aspect, they don't take any knockback. I bought the Skywars rank thinking that it was going to be so awesome. I bought it just earlier today, thinking that it was going to be the best thing that I've ever bought, apart from Egg Wars, obviously. Well, obviously, don't get me wrong, I love voting OP. It was definitely worth it. However, Fire Aspect then comes into the part, and the problem with it is, not just does it make it so that all the good players who are into knockback can't knock back anymore, but all the people who are bad and don't know how to knock back, for them it's a huge advantage because it just gives them an extra damage tick. Like, the only good argument you can make about Fire Aspect is it's a fair enchantment. But the only way it's fair is if both parties have it, and even still, it's then still down to comboing. Fire Aspect is so bad, it's unbelievable. I mean, I'm actually surprised that nobody has had Fire Aspect, because that's the problem. For some reason, every sword in OP has Fire Aspect on it, and that's not a good thing. I don't appreciate that every sword just has Fire Aspect, because it's just not good. It's not how PvP in Skywars is meant to happen. If it was in something like Hunger Games per se, that would be awesome. I would love Fire Aspect in Hunger Games, but they didn't put it in Hunger Games. That's how dumb the game is. Oh gosh. Oh man. The worst part about it is though, Say that for once, Fire Aspect may come in clutch in this game mode, okay? They have less health than you, but they're amazing at the game. They have mad knockback. They even have a Fire Aspect for themselves. They're hacking, you know, all that stuff. But they have weaker health than you, and you don't know how to knock back. Fire Aspect would probably be the best option, right? Wrong. There's this thing called Fire Protection, and you see what Fire Protection does? Is it literally makes it so you take no fire damage ever. Why? You don't take fire damage if you have any fire protection. Like, even the smallest bit of fire protection, like just fire protection 1, you don't take any fire damage. Fire Aspect is literally the most useless enchantment, because there's no situation where it's actually good. Like, the majority of the armor has fire protection on it. Like, I just don't understand why. And the thing is, though, the weirdest part about it isn't that, you know, obviously everybody's obviously it's the easiest enchantment to get on your swords and stuff like that. In fact, I'm pretty sure Sharpness is, but the majority of them still have Fire Aspect. The weirdest part about it is that nobody agrees with me. Obviously, don't get me wrong, I'm a Bedrock Minecraft player. I do actually play Java. I can't set up my YouTube on it though because my PC isn't strong enough to hold that. But I actually do play Java and everything like that. But I main Bedrock. The problem is, this isn't just a problem on Bedrock, but nobody agrees with me. Even professional players to the point of Technoblade himself. He literally, the best enchantment he can think of is Fire Aspect. In any situation where he's given the option of Sharpness 2 or Sharp 1 and Fire Aspect, he'll always take the Fire Aspect. And this isn't just Technoblade, this is every good PvPer. The Fire Aspect enchantment isn't just like the most annoying or the worst for PvP. It's nothing to do with that. It's also the most overrated. People love the Fire Aspect enchantment, but actually it's not that good. Like, the only real way I can actually see Fire Aspect coming into an actual good PvP kind of gameplay is the fire. It covers up the majority of your screen. In all fairness, that's quite good when it comes to fire PvP. But at the same time, obviously I'm on PlayStation, so I can't do this. So all other console players, obviously this problem will be the same for everyone else. But if you're on PC, all you need to do is download a resource pack that makes the fire lower, and then you can see perfectly. Like, it's Fire Aspect is just bad in every situation. Like, even then, to the point where, like, he was probably doing a bit better than me, you know, he had a gap on and everything, and then he hit me with Fire Aspect. I couldn't see, and yet I was still holding up, like, incredibly well. Obviously, this may just be because he had Fire Aspect, and I used Fire Aspect, sorry. I don't think this was the case, though. I'm pretty sure the only reason I won is because I actually knew how to PvP. I don't think Fire Aspect had to play in the map. Like, at all. Fire Aspect is bad. It just doesn't make sense. The entire point of it is to make it so that the damage is higher, and you know it's like it's an actual tick thing on a sword. What a cool enchantment. The theory behind it is awesome. Don't get me wrong. If I'm fighting somebody with full netherite armor, I'm not saying that having Fire Aspect, that was how did I? Okay, I'm a god at the game. I'm not saying that Fire Aspect isn't good if you're fighting somebody with full netherite, like I did at the start of the video. I'm just saying that if one person who has full netherite has it and then another doesn't, they don't have too much of an advantage, like, at all. It really doesn't play it much in the matter. But when it's on things like Sky Wars, and Netherite doesn't really come into play anyway because it's on a server where you can't even really get Netherite, there's just not really any point in Fire Aspect. And that's the thing, when you're battling somebody with full Netherite, knockback doesn't even come into play anyway, because you can't take knockback with Netherite armor. So, Fire Aspect is just genuinely good for Netherite PvP. But apart from that, like, it's just dumb. It's such an overrated thing. And, like, it's weird because Netherite is the only thing, in theory, that would be actually good with it, right? That would be, like, genuinely alright. The weirdest part about that is that it's not. Netherite armor is the best armor in the game. It makes it so that you're the least vulnerable. But how does that make any sense when it's the best PvP? Well, that's the point. It just doesn't really make much sense. Like, in Netherite PvP, Fire Aspect does no damage, and it's just kind of a filler enchantment. In normal PvP, it actually does damage, even with Diamond Armor, which is only a step below. It still does a decent amount of damage, but not... It's just not good in the sense that it just doesn't... Knockback scuffed. Knockback is so scuffed with it. I don't know. This is just obviously my opinion. In all fairness, I just don't really understand the enchantment. It's just a bit weird. I think, they should probably nerf it. I mean, they should probably buff it. They should either... He about to buy VIP. Okay. But they should probably buff it. Either they should make it do more DPS, or they should nerf the fire protection enchantments. Or they should make it so that the tick doesn't make them deny knockback. If anything, if they tick at the same time that you hit them, it should probably do more knockback to them. That would be reasonable. I would love that if they were to add that into the game. But even still, if they were to, it wouldn't come into CubeCraft because they haven't really updated CubeCraft to the latest version anyway. Anyway, all this is just my opinion. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, smash like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys. See you